Welcome, Ozians, to Marnie's TV Zealots. I'm Denise, and my partner in crime is Mary. Mary, say hi.
Hi.
Okay, so today we're going to recap Emerald City's episode 7. They came first. First impressions, Mary. How did you feel about the episode?
I really loved it. It gave me all the emotions, like everything I've been waiting for. Like I needed somebody to hate. I need somebody to love. I need somebody to be disappointed in. And I got all of that. It was great.
Ditto. I really liked the episode as well. Okay, so we're going to jump right into it. It starts out with the Wizard's Guard out on a witch hunt. I was so upset that the wizard put this into play. They're pulling little girls from their family, and I'm upset by it immediately.
Yeah, I tweeted that out. I was like, I am not okay with this at all. Like, and I think they're kind of showing how low the wizard will stoop to keep his power. And if it's scaring the H out of innocent little girls, then that's what he's going to do.
Well, he explained it. He said that people don't revolt when they're scared. They revolt when they're angry. So he's like, as long as we have them scared, then we don't have to worry about anything.
Yeah. I like how Eamon is on the edge. She's kind of like, hey, you suck. You know?
I know. I still think he's playing both sides.
Yeah.
But, hey. Yeah. So, I don't know how I feel about the wizard. It did spark. I don't know if I want to wait till. Should I wait till predictions?
No, go ahead. I want to hear it.
I kind of feel like when it sparked something, I was like, oh my God. I don't think the Beast Forever is real anymore. I think that the wizard made up the Beast Forever to scare people into submission. And he had the help of Nahara, the Munchkin's wife.
Yeah.
I feel like when he realized that magic was more powerful than he was, he knew he had to clear out magic to take over Emerald City. And he was like, and he took Nahara under his wing when he saw her build those statues. And I think the Beast Forever was kind of like him fighting with Dorothy's mom and the other scientists to kind of leave, it was creating a disturbance. And then he used her to like instill fear in these people so that they could take away magic.
Ooh.
I don't know, but we'll see.
I can see where you're coming from with that, but I still think a major environmental pattern shifts when someone from Earth lands in Oz. So it might not be the Beast Forever, but something terrible does happen to the environment.
Right, and that's why I think it was him trying to get back, or maybe opening the portal, trying to get back, and he created this disturbance, and he labeled it the Beast Forever just to scare people.
True, I would agree with that.
Okay.
Yeah, so then he they end up doing Witch Hunt Part 2 when the Witch of the West is like, none of these girls are witches. When you see a witch, you'll know. I was like, that was amazing.
And then Ian runs the little girl.
Oh, God.
And she's setting stuff up. They corner her, and of course she's scared.
Right.
So then she rises up and spits fire or something. I don't know what her power was, but
I love Black Girl Geeks. She was like, "Oh, girl was ready for the soldier." I was like, "Yes."
She was like, "You gonna corner me?" Ooh. Start flying. Okay.
I'm sorry. I had to add that one.
No, you're fine. Okay, so next we move into West.
Yes.
So she has some type, well, I think she got a little bit too high and started having all these memories about her sister witches and her trying to fight the beast forever. And there's this water, and there you see all of these witches drowning. So she's really upset, and well, that's before the witch hunt, so we kind of skipped ahead, but the wizard asked West to help him determine who's witches and who's not. And so West is like, okay, yeah, I'll help, but you have to give them to me. And of course he agrees because he wants her help, which some people said it was guilt that caused her to, I guess, ignore her good common sense.
The wizard, like, I honestly don't feel like he has given West that much of a reason to distrust his word just yet. We know it because we saw the flashbacks from last episode when he let Dorothy's father die and he, sabotaged their experiment on purpose. And he, shot Anna. West doesn't know anything about that yet. So she didn't really have a reason to not believe the wizard. But I just love all of us tweeting at her. And we're like, you said, why would West believe his lies? The truth ain't in him. Shabad, I love that name. It's like, he's lying, West. He stays lying. Don't be stuck on stupid. I was trying to find Justine. I'm going to find her later. She said a couple of good things, but when I find it, I'll use. Oh, wait, here it is. Oh, never mind. That's for the next one. Never mind.
Okay. So, yeah. So she, of course, West finds out he's lying and the truth ain't in him. And so let's cut to scene with Lady Ev.
Oh.
So Lady Ev is having this mental breakdown, basically. She's upset that she's now an orphan and a queen all at once, and she's taking it out on none other than Jack, Tin Man. So she's like, okay, look, you obviously don't understand. You're saying all the wrong things. And she throws him out of the carriage into the screaming forest.
I feel like he was trying to help.
He was trying to help, but she wasn't in a mood to hear it. So really, at that point with a woman, you just need to just back off. Just fall back.
And she's already terrible. It's not like she's a nice woman to begin with. I'm totally on Jack's side about this, but you're right.
Okay, so Jack immediately realizes that his limbs are locking up or rusting or what have you.
Fell in that puddle.
Yeah, fell in puddle water and pretty much rusted.
Now, I have one little quick thing I forgot about this until you said the Screaming Forest. In Return to Oz, which was the movie about Ozma of Oz, the book, there was a forest where they could talk to the trees. And I'm wondering if they just threw that in there because that's one of the places outside of the Emerald City. Anyway, I just wonder if that's going to have anything to do with anything later. It's crazy that there's only 3 more episodes left. We have so much to cover.
I know.
Anyway, go on. The screaming trees. I was like, ugh.
I know. I was like, he just got dumped into a forest of horrors. Like, what is this? So, Jack is wandering around aimlessly. He doesn't really know what's going on or if she'll come back for him.
Oh God.
So we're gonna have to talk about this scene.
I was disgusted.
Well, she comes back, of course, Lady M, and she's on her little horse, and Jack is so happy. Well, I don't know if he was happy to see her or what, but he seems pleased to see her. And she gets off, and she's like, no, he was a little bit afraid, I would say. Anyway, so she gets off the horse and coming towards him. He's like, no, what is going on? Because he immediately distrusts her. And so she's like, no, I have a treat for you. And then we find out it's oil. And he's like, look, no, I'm not taking off my clothes around you. Obviously, she's Chester Molester.
But I'm sorry, look, Black Girl Geeks was right. She was like, so what parts of him are made of metal? And what part? Because, like, can he feel all of it?
Well, I think so, because he was elated. He was
to
like,
feel something. And I was like, no. No. We did not just watch a hand job. Like, what it's just like, I can't, I did it. I was not okay. I was not okay with that.
Oh, Jesus, okay.
Maybe because it was Lady F. Like, I don't know why, but
you know what? Yes, it's more than likely because it was Lady F. Had I been watching a scene with him and Tip, he would have been welcoming of it. He was like, you promised as a lady you would do this to me. And she was like, yes, but now I'm your queen.
Ugh.
Really? So you could just sexually assault me, rape me.
Right.
It's okay.
Even though it might be metal, like I still don't know what's happening.
No, I think that part of him is still real.
Okay. But like the end of their arc, my mom and I were watching it together. We were really disappointed because she's about to take her mask off. And he's like, no, that's okay. We're like, ah!
But you know what? I think, okay, so I took it from this perspective. I felt like Jack, she was like, my father was the only one to see me as I truly am, or I need somebody else to see me as I truly am. And Jack was like, no, you don't need to take that off for me to see you as you truly are, because this is who you are as a person, and you need to, keep that persona. That when you take the mask off, that's the person that you're not. So I took it from that kind of perspective. Or like you said, maybe Jack did have a little kink.
Yeah. Did you see my tweet? He was like, no, leave the mask on.
You know what? Okay, moving right along.
And speaking of sex scenes that we did not want to see, let's move on to the one that we wanted them to show us.
I have some feelings about this. So anyway, moving right along to Lucas and Dorothy. Lucas and Dorothy are
#why.
She just say #why.
No, sorry. I didn't realize I said it out loud.
Okay, you know what? It just broke my whole focus and I forgot where I was going.
Continue.
Anyway. Okay. So Lucas and Dorothy have gotten to their little hideaway, and he tells her that she's gonna have to let go of Sylvie eventually, because she is acting like a mom to her.
Yeah.
And he's like, you're gonna have to let her go. She belongs to Glenda. And she's like, no, Glenda can't have her. Like, we need to protect her, and I need you to be with me on this. Mm. And so she puts Dorothy puts Sylvie to bed, and she comes back in to have another conversation with Lucas. And she kind of tells him that she's basically on the wizard side because he knows her parents, or she trusts him because of that.
Doesn't make any sense.
Which is confusing to me, really. Anyway, so she's talking to Lucas, and she confesses that the wizard guards are not coming for them because she's working with the wizard to take down Glenda. And Lucas is like, why did you lie to me? And she's like, well, because we're on opposite sides. You want to help Glenda, and I want to, take Glenda out. And he's like, look, I am only on one person's side. I've been fighting for you since forever. And they share this passionate, quick kiss.
Quick. And then she's like, well, gotta go.
Well, then we cut to the scene where they're in bed and we get a post-sex scene. And I'm just like, wait a minute. We watched Jack get jerked off in the woods, but we get Justice Peck. Ooh. You know what? Anyway.
Life is so unfair.
It really was. It really was. Ooh. And so, did we miss the scene with Dorothy protecting Sylvie from the wolves?
Yeah, that was right before their talk. I just realized that. Now, that was pretty amazing. Because people were saying, like, just imagine what Dorothy's powers would look like when she actually could control them. And then somebody said, I wish Dorothy would have gotten the wizard in that blast.
You know what? I agree. I wish that.
Yeah, that was Justine, Raven Baby. She was the one that said it.
Okay. But you know what? It got me to thinking, because East gauntlets, lit up, and the power surged, and she took out the wolves that were descending on them. But I was thinking about East. She was coming to talk to West about Glenda, but I wonder if she was coming to convince her to join Glenda against the wizard, or whether she was. I want to know whose side East was on, because I feel like the wizard has to be. Yeah, he has to die.
Yeah, I #wizard gotta die. Like, just from the way that East, I feel like the witches up until that point were all working for themselves, trying to figure out how to get power away from the wizard or to themselves. I feel like they each had their own individual plan. And Dorothy jumped in right when East and Glenda were about to join forces, because East was basically holding the prison for the wizard. Like, that was her domain. Like, they put his enemies in this prison that she kind of held over. So it seemed like, she was there. They were each in a role, just like on their own. That's what it seems like to me.
Okay. So back to Lucas and Dorothy.
Yeah.
So she tells him that she's leaving. She has to get back to her family. And he's like, wait a minute. Well, why did you have me and Sylvie loving you and thinking, we were going to be a family if you were going to leave? And I was like, Lucas, that is my exact question.
Yes. I was so on board with him. I was like, he's the one making sense in this episode, Dorothy. What is your problem?
Exactly.
I think she's afraid of commitment. She's afraid of making that family because it'll be ripped out from under her, just like her mother.
Well, yeah, exactly. It's her abandonment issues. Mm-hmm. So she tries to leave. She's like, and he's like, okay, well, you're not even gonna say goodbye to Sylvie. She's like, you handle that. Wait a minute, excuse me.
I forgot about that.
I really felt some kind of way about that. Like, you just gonna leave her and then leave me holding the bag? Like, I have to explain to her why her mommy left.
Right. And then Sylvie said, oh, no. And then rode the house down the hill. All right. I was like, how do you raise a child that could literally tear your house in half?
Amen.
Now, but not fight in front of her again.
Right. I was like, not even the witch child can escape the parents arguing. Like, I need y'all to stop. Mm-hmm. Okay, so then we move on to them leaving together. Ooh. Because she basically convinces Sylvie to calm down. Ooh. And because she's gonna take her with her back to Kansas. But you know what? We skipped over when she told Lucas when she was leaving. She was like, "Oh yeah, I have to go back to my family because they came first." I was like, all right. Anyway, so let's skip ahead to they get to Glenda.
Yes.
And immediately when they walk in, the walls close behind them. I was like, oh snap.
That's the end.
It's over. They gonna die. Well, at least one of them. Okay, so one of the witches, which I'm assuming are the little girls who he was protecting.
Yeah.
She's like, Lucas is like, you know me, and she's like, but I don't know her. She has to go.
That was awesome.
And Glenda walks in and, of course, breaks up the fight. It's like, no, this is unnecessary. Let me show you what is necessary. This kiss. Oh, what? I was upset. But you know what? I couldn't be too mad because I knew it was coming.
Yeah. She brings his memory back with a kiss. And then he's like, oh, Glenda, right. And then he kisses her again. I was like, what?
You know what? But the second kiss wasn't as shocking as when he just basically threw Dorothy under the bus. He was like, yeah, I'm back on your side. We got to do this. Y'all came first, threw her words back at her. Right. Then he was like, oh, yeah, and she here to kill you on top of everything. But you know what? I think we should spare her life. What?
So bad. I was like, okay, so you gonna break up with me and snitch? Like, no, that's not how this works out. I was so mad at Lucas,
and he was like coming out fluid. He was like, "Yeah, this is what's been going on behind your back."
Oh my god. Man, see, that's what Dorothy gets for getting him hurt, for hurting him. Now, before we leave, I want to give a shout out to the High Council and rest in peace to the baby witches.
You know what? I was very, very upset because I thought Elizabeth had more to do.
Well, no, didn't they tie her up and jail her, and the rest of the High Council was dragged down with the fire witch, and she set them on fire?
Did I miss that? Because I thought he dragged, because she was like, it was me. I was Glenda's spy, and then the chains came and pulled them all down, I thought.
Okay, so she was pulled in with everybody. I thought she was taken.
You know, I hope so. I'm with you. If that happened, yes.
I don't want Elizabeth to be dead. She was like my favorite side character.
Right. Okay, so then the closing scene was with West and Tip.
Yeah.
Now I really like their relationship. It seems like they're coming close. They're coming together. I think she's gonna be the one. Well, she's working on helping her get her magic, but I think she's gonna be the one to help her come into her own.
Exactly.
West is helping the little girl who was in the pit, and she's trying to ease her suffering, even though she promised not to do that anymore. And she's kind of conflicted. And she's talking with Tip, and Tip is like, "Look, you can use this here weapon."
Mm-hmm.
And she gives it to her, and she's like, "Where did you get that?" And she's like, "I got it from, the woman who held me captive. I took it from her. It's mine." She's like, "No, it isn't. It belongs to the king's daughter. The king passed it down to the princess." And we were like, "Wait a minute."
Hey.
And of course,
I knew it. I told you.
And I was like, "Oh, so the king is black. So the white man came in and killed him." Ooh, okay, yeah. So
yeah, that was awesome. Oh, so the king is black. Okay, good. Taking notes.
Just taking little notes for Black History Month. Anyway.
That's awesome.
Okay, so that's our recap.
Yay, us.
If you want to tweet with us and act silly, I'm at Forever Sam Sadies.
Yay. You can find me at Simply the Worst. Come and tweet silly things with us about Emerald City and whatever. We're going to start, the Outsiders started back up. We might do a quick one of them and Underground when it comes back too. So we'll see what happens.
Okay, well, if you like our recaps, thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. That's it. Bye.